If there's anyone who would like to share a story about my dad. Okay? Floor is open, positive or negative. If there's anyone who would like to share a story about my dad, you can come up and say a story. I guess I'll kick it off. So, for those of you who don't know me, like I said earlier, I'm the black sheep of the family. But you know, so most of you might know me as Sprucey. A lot of nicknames throughout the years that I did not much enjoy. But you know, I tried my best. In regards to my dad, like I said earlier, he's the hardest working man I know. I cannot thank you enough for the amount of sacrifices he's given throughout the years. I kind of wrote down some stuff so I wouldn't forget. It was a funny thing planning this party, because my siblings and I were talking about how many times we actually have gone to the bus, and no more than 10 times combined. But what we've noticed about my dad is he kind of adapts to the people he's around. If you were to work with him, and I'm assuming the gentleman to my left worked with him, he's a Portuguese. And when I say Portuguese, I mean P-O-D-A-G-E-E. The amount of times that I actually went to the bus, when my dad talks to his friends, it's not a fob someone, it's not a great English, it's, oh my bada, how are you doing today? So, you know, growing up with my dad, he speaks very well. For the folks here who are from our church, we know how my dad speaks. So when I used to go to work with him, I used to trip out that my dad would be like, oh, Mabara, how's it, Mabara, what you doing? And so I used to look at him like, oh, wow. Interesting fact, I guess that's where I get it from. Anybody else would like to share this story? I think we're doing too much. Next. Yay, another taker.
Hello everyone. I'm Esther Trainee, one of Anna's good friends. We all work together, myself, the two gentlemen here, Auntie Bella. We have Uncle Junior and the rest of her co-workers, all from Kapolei High School. But I wanted to share how I got to know the Gaea family. Maybe 20 years ago, we were, maybe even longer. I think it was Adrian was going to kindergarten. And I saw this lady sitting outside of the kindergarten classroom, and I was like, oh, she looks nice, you know. She's got a politesse. I said, I bet you she's someone. So I go over there and talk to her. We have this wonderful conversation, find out our families are from the same village, Leone, and she's a stay-at-home mom, and our daughters are both her daughter, my son, are gonna start kindergarten together. And that's where we first met each other. And I had the great opportunity to learn about her family, and then our kids ended up growing up together, playing soccer, playing sports together, being at the same elementary school. And that's how we got to know each other and learn about Al. I have some great stories about Al in the last 20 or something years. So I don't know if this is a roast, or, if this is supposed to be, kind of G-rated. But I want to share with you the things that I've learned being Anna's friend of her husband. We all at Kapolei High School have these activities. There's only 6 of us Samoans over there at the school, so whenever it's time to do activities, we stay together, we work together overnight, maybe a couple weekends. We don't go home, we just stay there. But 2 o'clock in the morning, Anna will start saying, guys, I'm sorry, I have to go home. I said, go home? 2 o'clock in the morning, we're still working. You need to stay with us. No, I have to go home. I go, why? Why do you have to go home and we have to stay? I have to go home and make my husband's breakfast. I have to iron his clothes. I said, do you know what year this is? I've never heard of such a thing. We have rights now as women. We've been liberated. You know, we don't live in Samoa anymore. And she goes, okay, Lord, if I pay ngama koa, mokamaka makua. I said, yeah, what late? Alua oi, whaine ai lo kodua. Ai au ke ngalo koe whafo I mai I wha umaka kunga wenga. So she would come back, and every year it's the same thing. We get ready for May Day, we get ready for Fia, we get ready for graduation, and our little group stays overnight preparing everything for the school. And that's kind of like our contribution as the Samoans at Kapolei High School. And it's our honor and our privilege, but every time 2 o'clock in the morning rolls around, guys, I gotta go, you know. Kewa Ika, Uncle Al, I said, Ika soa. But she would always do her duty, and she would go home, make his coffee, sit at the table, have pleasant conversation. And I want to just tell you, Auntie Anna, thank you for being a great example. One day, in the long time future, maybe I'll do that for Uncle Phil. But thank you for many years of friendship, many years of our family getting to know one another. Uncle Al, congratulations on 30 years of a wonderful career in public transportation. We owe a lot to you and your fellow bus drivers for providing our transportation for all of us. I want to tell you folks, Gaea family, I love you very much, and I'm thankful to be part of your family as well. Robert?
Okay, Auntie Pepe, 5 hours right there. Close the doors, people. It's about to get ugly, yeah. Oh, sorry, pastors. All right. First of all, well, like Esther said, this is not just a celebration of retirement. This is a celebration of now you're gonna get it. Okay. I know Albert. Well, I gotta start it somewhere, right? So I'm gonna start way back when, how I got to know Albert. Other than I was also a bus driver myself, that look out. I am a very good friend of Anna and his wife Atiana. We went to high school together. We're best friends. We're OGs from Farrington. There's 4 kind of people that come out of Farrington. You're an entertainer, you're a criminal, a bus driver. So I was one of them and Albert was one of them. But I have so much stories, and like Esther, I always tell Anna, you're so stupid. Because she tells us the same thing. Anna and I go back, well, I'm not gonna say what year I graduated, but this is all about Albert. So, Albert, here we go. You guys, I worked with Albert. I went into the company 19 when when the boss was really nice. I knew Albert was married to Anna. I know Albert on a very different level. And when I got to the bus company, Albert is one of those guys that no matter how the wind blows, his hair doesn't move. So the wind was so fast, his hair stick, and I said, what the hell this guy put on his hair? But as the years went by, I realized not only does Anna make his breakfast, iron his shirt, she also cements his hair. If you know this, right? I tell you, you see Albert walking, he can walk
into it, and the wind is blowing. My brother's hair no move. And I said, oh, he really put on some hairspray. But no, that's what Anna does. I say this for many years. Albert, you're so lucky you married Anna. Because I know, like Esther, yeah? I don't know what woman would be so dumb to get up for making breakfast and iron. But my sister, we would go like, every year we would have this sister gathering, her and another friend of ours, we're very close friends. We would go, and in the midst of our gathering, she would say, what time is it? I said, why? She goes, oh, I gotta go. You know me, I have to go. And we would always say, yeah, I know what you're doing. She said, I have to go make him breakfast. And then I know there's kids around, so I'm gonna speak in a language that only us adults understand. Oh, and Pastor, please forgive me. But she said, oh, I gotta go to make him feel good before he goes. Like, ew! But that was Anna's job. She catered to Albert. Bad or good, she catered to Albert. I look at him, I say, I don't know what is it that she saw in him, but he is such a hardworking man. Albert, I thank you for all the years you put in the company. And it's funny, you retired today, but there was an accident. Was that your run? Somebody who drove in you must have banged somebody. But Albert is a good friend. He is a good father. And he's been a good husband to my friend Anna and my sister. I don't know if Anna could get this from somebody else, but I know he loves her. He puts her on a pedestal when he does. And she puts him on a pedestal. And I always say, but I love you, Albert. And also Albert is a good friend of my husband. They used to play softball many, many years ago. So Albert, I know Albert on a very different level other than bus driving and other than him being my wife's best friend, my best friend's wife. Husband! I'm getting confused because she's shaking her head. I said, don't say anything about her, but I love her to death, and I always thought, Albert, that you was the most cutest Portuguese Samoan guy I ever saw. And then when I got closer to you, I said, oh no, I need glasses. But all said and done, Albert, you really deserve this. And I know when Anna called me to say that they were having a retirement party, Albert is like a low-key person. He doesn't like to be outstanding. But Albert, this is your day. Thank you for sharing your life, your family, your kids. And you know, I must say, you've got beautiful children. They all look like Anna. Oh, that's her guy. Yeah. They all look like Anna, very beautiful. But they have a heart like their dad, who's always serving, who's always giving. So Albert, this one is for you. I would, now that you're retired, I expect the next party is Anna's retirement. She said the same thing for you. That you would get up 3 o'clock in the morning, fix her breakfast, massage her shoes, her feet, take off her shoes, and do all the things that she did for you while you were working. Now you can do for her. All right? So thank you again, Albert, for having us. Thank you, kids.
Thank you. I'll take a double. Before we start our thank yous, does anyone else want to say anything about my dad? Yeah. You know, once again, this is my dad's retirement party. And like I said earlier, you know, along every good man is a good woman. But on behalf of my other siblings and I, Dad, I'd like to say thank you for all the sacrifices you've done throughout the many years at the bus company.